Well, okay. Here I'd like to tell you some theoretical features about indirect speech or reported speech. We say indirect or reported, it's the same. So the first thing that we have here, sorry, I copied and pasted from a very old book that I have, and I will transcribe it when I have time. When one wishes to report what someone else says or has said, thinks or has thought, or what one said or thought on a previous occasion oneself, two ways are open to one. Either the exact words, that is to say, direct speech, or to adapt the words according to the circumstances in which they are quoted, that is to say, indirect speech. This is something that we know, this is no news. And so here we've got direct speech. I am glad to see you. The indirect speech is he said or he thought that he was glad to see me. So here there were some changes. He said the reporting verb is in the past tense, or he thought that I am glad that he was glad. So I became he, am, or the present became past. So these are the changes that took place here. This is a statement. Then we've got a question. Where are you going? He asked me where, and then the word order is the word order of an affirmative sentence, where I was going. So we know here there are some other there's some other information that is very useful for you to read, very useful, and we are going to take into account. But I want to focus here on backshift, on the concept of backshift, which is very interesting. I mean, you know what it is. It is the first thing you learn when you learn reported speech, how to make the process of reported speech. But what is it? Here I will read. The most important alteration takes place in the verb phrase backshift. So that takes place in the verb phrase is backshift. These changes collectively represent the distancing effect of indirect speech. That is to say, I put distance between what I said, what the person really said in direct speech and what is really said in indirect speech. So the present becomes past, the present progressive becomes past progressive, and so on. This is something that we know. So what is backshift? Backshift is the change that takes place to an earlier tense when we turn a sentence into indirect speech. So, what changes take place in from direct speech to indirect speech when the reporting verb is in the past? Well, then we are going to see that there are some exceptions to backshift. But what changes take place? There are three main changes that take place. One is in the tense, that is backshift. The other one is in pronouns, and the other one is in deictic words. In pronouns, we know, I am happy, he said that she was happy. So that is the change in pronoun. It's a logical change in pronoun that takes place. Then other changes are deictic words. Deictic words are words that denote time and place. That is to say, when I say here, I am here, he said that he was there, and so here becomes there. Also, I'll see it tomorrow. He said that he would see it on Tuesday or the following day, because here is in the place where I am now when I am speaking, but that changes according to the position or to wherever we are. The same as the word today, or the same as the word this or that. Demonstrative pronouns. This is a book. He said that that was a book. So, very important to remember this. Backshift, changes in pronoun and deictic words. Another thing that we need to take into account is that there are exceptions to backshift. Why are there exceptions to Backshift? This is easy for us to grasp because it is exactly the same as happens in Spanish. I mean, it's a question of logic. Generic use of the simple present. If I say, I loathe cricket, we would never say that. I hate football. She said that she hates football because she goes on hating football. That is to say, what one of the explanation is that the time span, el rango de tiempo hasn't changed. That is to say, this is something that hasn't changed. She goes on loathing cricket or hating football. The police are still looking for him. So the police are still looking for him, and this hasn't changed. Or if I tell somebody tells me in the morning, you know that the police are on strike, and now it is the afternoon, and I know that the police are still on strike, so I will say he said that the police are on strike, and I will not change that. Okay, so the time span doesn't change. Another one is general knowledge. Virtue is knowledge. Socrates said that virtue was knowledge, or that virtue is knowledge. So this is another exception to Backshift. So general truth, in general, the Backshift rule can be ignored when the generic use of the simple with the generic use of the simple present, while with the specific present it has to be obeyed. That is to say, I don't know. I live in Argentina. It depends because the person may still be living in Argentina or not. That may be generic, but something that is specific is I cook. I am cooking now. So in that case, it is more specific. So she said that she was cooking at that moment. Then we have questions, and what is very important that you remember with questions, with indirect questions, is the word order. He said, do you like coffee? He asked if she liked coffee, and where do you live? She asked where did she live? No, she asked where she lived. Yes, so I'm making a point here because this is a very common mistake. Another thing that I'd like you to look at is requests and commands and requests, and the modal auxiliary and indirect speech. You are going to read that on your own. I don't think you will find any problems. And what I will ask you to do is in a Jamboard, as a group, to make a mind map with this information related to indirect speech. A very complete mind map, because that is going to be useful for you to study. Well, okay, I hope that was useful.